Many people may be experiencing back pain from injuries they aren't aware of, and these pains could result in more issues if they're not taken care of. And here to tell us more is Dr. Michael Quast from iChiro Clinics. Welcome, Dr. Quast. It's so nice to have you.
Hi.
So, I understand there's one way in particular that people get hurt, and what is that causes this?
Well, a lot of people have injuries and problems that come up, especially over time. One of the things that people don't think about, though, is they think that the injury that they had is like this last little minor straw. So I have people come in all the time and I say, what did you do? And they say, I bent down to pick up a pencil and hurt my back.
Yeah.
Or I put my belt on and hurt my back. I just had a lady who went to the butterfly exhibit and said a butterfly flew by and I looked at it and hurt my neck. Those things don't hurt people. That's not what did it. The problem is the person. So they have a weakness and inability to move in those directions, and then when they do an activity in life that requires that movement, then it strains the muscles and they get hurt.
Okay.
And so that's how people have all these things happen, and they're usually shocked and surprised that they have these like flare-ups from these minor activities, when really, when you look at their system and how their body's working, that should have been no surprise at all. The problem is nobody's looking, nobody's testing people.
Yeah, so what kind of testing do you do to kind of discover these subtle issues?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different things you can do as far as testing. You can do range of motion test, orthopedic test. We do those in our clinic with patients to see how their body's actually working. Because imagine the lady who went to the Butterfly Museum. What if she had come in a few weeks before, even though she felt fine, we would have tested her, found the restrictions in her motion of her neck, talked to her about that, and then could have done something to try to get those range of motions back and mobilities back so that she could move. And then when she was at the Butterfly Museum and the butterfly went by, turning her head probably would not have flared her up and hurt herself.
Yeah, so let's talk avoidance. So how can you avoid getting to this point? I mean, coming in obviously, but helping yourself and finding signs.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously everybody knows about stretching and exercises and all that. The problem is even those can hurt you if you're not aware of where your deficiencies are. So the big thing is just being aware that there are deficiencies you can have in your motion and mobility. Because very few people even talk about this, most people have no idea. They actually have no clue. When we talk to patients when they come in, the vast majority have absolutely no idea that they have restrictions in their mobility because they're not hurting and they think the hurt is the thing. And then what happens is over time, they just have more injuries, and then it just gets worse and worse, and then the joints degenerate. You get arthritis and have all kinds of problems. And then they're a disaster zone. When if you went back in time and 2 weeks before the Butterfly Museum, we just would have looked and showed you what was happening, you could have averted potentially all of that trouble down the line. It's just out of pure ignorance because people think they know and understand, what chiropractic is, and what we do in our office is very different than all the other chiropractors in town. But people don't understand it. If people did understand it, then these things wouldn't be happening all the time. There wouldn't be all these problems because people would be on the ball. They would be checking the range of motion. They would know their mobility. They would even know what their ranges of motion should be so that they could check them at home and then be aware of it. And when something's going on, then they would actually act to try to do something about it rather than just waiting for a huge disaster to come and then, whoa, woe is me. Oh, how did this happen? Right. And it's like, well, you chose that to happen. Is how it happened. Why are you picking that? And most people are like, oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, wow. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Quast. It's always great to have you and educating us on why it's so important to go to iChiro Clinics. And thank you so much for watching. And if you want to learn more about iChiro Clinics, you can visit our website, 13onyourside.com. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.